Right everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel, and this is my championship top 5 signings of the January transfer window. So obviously a lot of transfers went on in the January transfer window in particular. So I'm going to go through my top 5, why I think they're my top 5, and what they can bring to their team respectively, and most importantly, how they're going to perform at their new clubs compared to the clubs they've been at in the past. So yeah, we're going to kick off with number 5. So at number 5, I've gone with Lee Camp. He's signed on loan from Sunderland from promotion contenders Cardiff City on loan to the end of the season. And the reason I've gone with Lee Camp is because looking at the Sunderland's goalkeepers this season, they've rotated between Robin Reuter and also Jason Steele this season. They've both been quite poor and below average in particular, both making silly mistakes that do lead to the most soft goals being conceded in games which they could probably need a bit more of a reliable man in between the sticks to breed that confidence to the back four. And I think Lee Camp's a very astute signing. Obviously, he's been in this relegation type of scenario a couple of seasons back with Rotherham United in 15-16. It was probably one of the reasons why they stayed up. I mean, he's a very good goalkeeper on his day, and I'm sure that he'll perform well in the sticks, provided he gets the game time under Chris Coleman. And to me, he's a much better goalkeeper than the two they've already got at the club. And I think this could be a very handy signing for Sunderland. It will bring a bit more confidence and bring a bit more experience of this division as well. So a back four that does leak a lot of goals. But I think with Lee Camp in between the sticks, I do believe that Sunderland will have a much more stronger foundation and something to build upon for the next few games and the next couple of months coming up, and most importantly, in their bid to stay up from relegation. So at number 4, I've gone with Gary Medina, who signed at Cardiff City from relegation-threatened team Bolton Wanderers. So this for £6 million as well. And the reason I've gone with Gary Medina is he's played very well at Bolton this season. Probably been one of the reasons why they've managed to transform their season after, I think, 8 defeats in a row it was towards the start of the season. He's been one of the reasons why their form's turned around. He's scored quite a couple of goals as well. Some important goals in big games away at Sheffield United, including goals at home as a whole as well. And I do think it's a very good signing for Cardiff. I think it's something they needed up front. I don't think Kenneth Sahore is a striker he was last season. He's been quite below average, in my opinion, this season, and has failed to live up to the expectancy that many thought we'd have, especially after last season's very good second half of the season for Sahore, where he did score quite a few goals. But looking at the way Gary Medina plays, it's something that Neil Warnock will definitely want in his team. A good focal point, a good target man as well, and also he knows where the back of the net is. But for £6 million, it does raise a few eyebrows. But to me, I think this will be a good signing who will suit the way Cardiff want to play. And I do think that Neil Warnock will utilise him quite effectively as well in the terms of the way they're going to have up front. Also, he did sign Jamie Ward as well, but I think they're going to play more with Gary Medina up front. And I do think he'll settle in very well at Cardiff. They play similar football to what Bolton do, but probably a bit more quality and a bit more effectiveness. And yeah, I do think it's been a very, very astute signing for Cardiff. And I do think this could be one of the reasons now where Cardiff need to look at players now who can probably help them get over that line in terms of trying to get to the promised land, the Premier League. And I do think Gary Medina could be one of those players in particular. If he hits the ground running, then it could be a very, very cheap signing for £6 million. So coming in at number 3, we have Jack Colback signing on loan from Newcastle, going to Nottingham Forest on loan to the end of the season. This is something Nottingham Forest probably needed in terms of a ball-winning terrier-like midfielder, someone they haven't had in a while now. And with some older players like David Vaughan and Chris Cohen coming towards the autumn of their career now, they probably could do with some players coming in as they have signed on loan under Aitor Karanka as well. He wants to try and reshape the squad in the best idea that he could probably play in a formation and style that he probably wants to play. And he definitely did that in the last night at the transfer window. He made quite a few signings. 6 went out and I think 6 came in. And Jack Colback's probably one of the pick of these in terms of bringing a bit more of a presence to the midfield. He's not massively in size, but from what he doesn't make up in size he makes up in his tenacious battling in midfield. A very good player in his day as well, and a very capable player at this level as well in particular. And I think it'll be a very good signing for Nottingham Forest for the prime reason, as I've said, he's a good terrier in the midfield. He wins the ball, he can get attacks going, but can break down attacks from the other team. And I think that's something Forest have missed. Someone who's tenacious in the engine room and can offer that bit more of an aggression in the engine room as well, and something that can be at the heartbeat of the side, which is something they've probably lacked this season. And I do think with Jack Colback coming into the team, it'll offer some sort of solid spine in towards the holding midfield area, and also provide that bit of protection to the back four should it be needed as well. So coming in at number 2, we have Casey Palmer signing on loan from Chelsea to Derby County until the end of the season. And I've gone with Casey Palmer because he obviously helped out. He obviously was one of the reasons why Huddersfield got promoted last season under David Wagner. He had a very good season at Huddersfield last year, played some good football, a couple of goals and some assists as well, were notable as well in his performances. And I do think that experience will stand him in good stead coming to Derby. He's obviously a promotion winner through the playoffs, but he knows that he's got that experience, and experience of getting promotion is absolutely key in this division. And I do think if you can get any player, no matter how old or how young they've been, and they've got that experience of being in and around a group that had won promotion before, it's like a gold dust in terms of what Derby are trying to achieve this season. It's very similar to what Huddersfield did last year, trying to get into the Premier League as well. And I do think he's a good midfielder on his day. He's a good attacking midfielder. Plenty of exuberance, plenty of good energy levels as well. Something that Derby could need in behind the two strikers they like to play. I do think he'll be a very huge signing in the latter months of the season. Obviously, Gary Rowett wanted to sign him, so he's got a good idea of probably where he wants to play him. I do think he might take long to settle in. He obviously knows the league well, which is obviously another crucial thing when you want to make signings, especially in the championship and around January. You need to buy players who can hit the ground running, and in particular players who've played in the league before and have a good know-how. Casey Palmer ticks all the boxes for me, and I think it's a very good signing for Derby, and he'll become a very, very important. So coming in at number 1 for me is Lewis Grabban. He signs on loan from Bournemouth, going to Aston Villa until the end of the season. I think this is a very huge signing for Aston Villa. Obviously, Jonathan Kodji are out injured at the moment. They've got Scott Hogan. They've also got Keenan Davis in particular as well. But Lewis Grabban's now going to add to their very impressive roster of strikers going into the last couple of months of the season now. He's got, I think, 11 goals at a struggling Sunderland side this season, early on in his loan at Sunderland, which he ended quite early. That was a season-long loan there, but he's obviously got goal-scoring exploits alerted many other championship clubs to keep an eye on him. He obviously went back to Bournemouth and he's got his move back to a very good championship side in Aston Villa, who are probably going to need someone like him up front, in particular if Scotty Hogan gets injured, because he has this tendency to pick up little knocks and niggles sometimes, and he's quite injury prone as well. So they've got a good striker there to fall back on should they need it. He'll be a player who'll probably come off the bench in loads of games for Villa, and his attacking prowess, his attacking, he's good physical striker as well, but his know-how in the box, in the 5-yard box in particular, will be one of the reasons why Villa moved so quickly to pick him up on deadline day. I do think this signing will be a very important one. As I said, he's a very good poacher. Knows where the back of the net is in this division as well, which is crucial to Villa now in terms of them trying to get automatic promotion, because they're not too far off Derby now as well after their win against Sheffield United on Tuesday night. So that'd be huge for them trying to achieve what they want to try and achieve this season. And I think it's a very good signing for Aston Villa. Someone who can definitely score the goals and get them across the line and reach the promised land. So there we go, guys. That's my top 5 championship signings of January transfer window. If you like it, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. And we'll be back tomorrow with the Fulham vs Nottingham Forest matchday vlog. Bye bye.